Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where today we're picking up from a fixed version of, of the last turn. I had to rewind the game a whole extra turn in order to get the ambush to actually function properly, but when it did, obviously we embarrassed them quite badly. Then, that secondary army, Zhao Zhao's army that entered the mines, came down here to also fight us, since our ambush had been spoiled by Yu Cheng running into us, and we beat them up pretty bad too. As you can see, the Noblars suffered some losses, but on the whole, things went pretty smoothly. So the question now is, what do we do from here? Apparently I earned four I earned 4 skill points across those 2 battles, which is kind of wild. A lot more than I was expecting. My army is made up. Okay, yeah, this is definitely like put points into best eaters. Attack and defense up for the majority of the army. And then we only need 4 points to move up here. So we do have iron blasters, and a 4% increase on their very, very high base damage probably is the most sensible thing. This skill's pretty soft. Plus 6 leadership doesn't even take the Noblars out of immediate retreat range. So yeah, we'll grab that. And then, you know, rally and stuff up to stand your ground. Grog does a fair amount of fighting pretty close to the front. So we could go after Nungao. It does have a 30,000 gold sack value. We could do a lot of things with that money. My only concern is if we would still be in good enough shape to deal with this army, which is going to heal to full. And they're definitely going to be able to reach us, just running across the road there. I'm kind of thinking about maybe just going into ambush mode again and seeing if we can catch them one more time, but maybe do a more thorough job this time. We did way, way, way more damage to them than this. I'm not sure why their units are so healthy. It looks to me like they maybe got healing at the end of their turn, and then because the Great Longmaw Riders unit definitely fled the battlefield with only like 1 or 2 of the horses remaining. I don't know. Maybe something suspicious happened. But yeah, I think they're so healthy that if we ran over here and attacked this, we would take a bunch of damage, killing this thing through the towers and whatnot, and then they would ride over and be a real threat. So let's just see if we can get a free kill here. Jermaine is coming around with intent, and I think we're ready to move down to the next ring. Nope, we must move on. And yes, indeed, another army did spawn directly on top of us. That seems to be the way this is going to work. That's fine. We'll take this and we'll get ready for the fight. Okay, so we were moving toward something. I don't even remember what. We had just picked up the bonus damage for Ogre Bull's skill, which is like very marginal. I think we're running out of meaningful technology, honestly. Melee defense up for units in camps is extremely whatever. Meat gained from battles, this is going to be like 1 or 2 meat per battle. Seems pretty terrible. Casualties down from Chaos Undivided Corruption and Chaos Wastes Attrition, but not from the other types of Chaos Corruption, which are the types that we actually run into. More Firebelly capacity we do not need. Recruit your hunters at higher rank. I guess Noblar Trappers having more move speed is not nothing. Most of this stuff is actually nothing, so sure.
Graces looks after his boy.
Very annoying. Very annoying that they spawn an army right next to you every time you move up a tier. Or down a tier, rather.
Time for a surprise feast.
Doesn't feel like that needs to be the case.
Ogre tyrant.
Okay, this stuff is still doing what it's doing. Most of our armies are standing still on purpose. Targog ate those dwarves, and now is just... I think the plan is just to head toward Zhufbar and burn the whole damn thing to the ground. Over here, Barundan's Stoneheart moved past us while we were in ambush mode, and we did not get an intercept, which sucks. This should be a very easy battle, though. What, you can't retreat while you're in underway movement? I'm pretty sure that that's actually against the rules of the game. Anyway, trivial victory. None of these rewards are any good at all. I guess we'll take the money?
Master of awful.
Okay, level 42. And just truly awful, in his own words. We could redline, right? 43, 44 through 48, 49. We wouldn't be able to actually get stand your ground. I think we'll end up 1 point short. But rally is still good, and I don't know that there's anything else here that I actually want. So sure, let's start redlining. Inspiring Presence giving XP gain per turn is a really nice change. That skill used to do effectively nothing. It's very nice of them to have upgraded it. You just took it because you had to. It's at the front of the line. Let's go ahead and build that. What else do we want to do in Mount Crag? I guess Mount Crag can have a bullpen. We can get the ability to locally recruit Iron Guts over here too. This stuff's all good. Yeah, sure, whatever. Further development of our infrastructure is probably largely useless at this point. We've kind of done the things we need to do. Alright, Trug the Muscle is almost certainly going to just get annihilated before he has the chance to do anything, because they had an enemy unit waiting for us. Maldig can assault these units. Getting better and better at that.
We're going conquer.
Yeah, he really fucked them up. That army was in terrible shape. All right, and next time they bring up an army, we'll just do that same thing again. I mean, it's not very expensive. We may as well max this out because this is approximately where Greasus is going to come back into the world, right? Og is going to turn around and try to defend Trug. And Drulg is not terribly useful. Drulg is going to go help us scout out what's going on with the dwarves.
You have no power over me.
The Baleful Prince's army is really annoying. I do not want to have to fight them, but they are certainly moving like they intend to make us fight them. We'll see what happens. As Goff is running through here, he is, of course, going to replace the camp, assuming that we do end up losing one of the temporary forward camps, which I guess might not actually happen. Because we are still using, we're actively using both of them as ambush points. Well, whatever. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Do that so that we could maybe actually hire a hunter. And what else do we need to do? Blood Peak. Blood Peak needs to get built up because the next portal phase is going to happen eventually. There we go. That's a useful way to spend that money. What's up, Kairos? Is it time to... Yep, it is in fact time to break the truce because you are an untrustworthy monster. Well, I tried. Sylvania refused to join my side. The cowardice. I mean, we knew they were going to do that. Oh, interesting. I was fully expecting him to just immediately turn around and attack the Vullery. Or at least to start sieging it, you know? Oh, wow, they have 600 armies. Well... I'm not allowed to retreat. And I'm not allowed to not show up to the battle. Why am I not allowed to have my army retreat from the battle? Okay, I mean, I guess we'll just... I'll just rebuild that army further south in 5 turns, but it definitely should not be the case that your army must participate in a battle that's nearby, because if they had attacked my army directly, we would have had the opportunity to retreat. But I'm not allowed to fall back from a battle that is theoretically easier to run away from because we're not even being attacked in the first place. The good news is, literally all of the, this must be basically all of their money, right? They have a ridiculous number of armies outside of this area, considering how much economic damage we have done to them recently. Like, we've seen them lose a province plus on this side, lose a bunch of stuff on the other side. But whatever, we can rebuild that army. It's annoying to lose 4 Cathane units, of course. Yeah, maybe you could focus on moving around the only army that actually matters. Out of curiosity, nope, the casualty value doesn't change at all. Seems like there are no changes whatsoever.
Let's get conquesting.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to sit here for a couple of turns. We are going through meat pretty quickly. Also, for some reason, the game's using the load detail model for Greasus, but just for Greasus? I don't know. This game is so buggy. It needs a little bit more time in the oven, I think. I think in general, this is not a Total War problem. This is a games industry in general problem. I think games in general suffer really badly from the culture of like announcing a release date tremendously in the future and then trying to do a hype cycle. Because it very frequently results in games getting... oh, cool. It very frequently results in games getting released before they're actually finished, and then you have, like, the team is, ground up and overworked and having to do a bunch of extra work really fast after release in order to sort of, like, shore things up. And people should just work on games and then give the release date when they're done. When they're done, say, hey, it comes out next week because it's actually finished already as I am talking to you right now.
Join me. It's not a choice.
The culture would be a lot healthier, I think. Okay, did we lose our hunter? No, they did not come after our hunter. Or our butcher, rather. Well, that being the case, do I want Og to...
Flame trial.
Yeah, I guess I should mess with these guys.
Let their flesh melt to soup.
Yeah, melt them to soup or whatever.
Fire mouth forgive
Okay,
me.
that's not really how soup works, but fine. Malgut's just gonna keep... There's no reason for me to really do anything else. I can't actually fight this, so... If they want to just sit in there and be perfectly safe, they could do so. I'm just serving as sort of a bulwark against an invasion from that side. I guess it's fine, you know? Alright, somewhere over here we throw down the camp.
Everyone does what I say.
And we begin the process of rebuilding. Obviously, Eagle Ares is mine next turn.
I am the tenderizer.
There's no reason you need to be in March mode.
Led by the moon.
Black Fang. I suppose we could pursue these upgrades. Turn those Noblars into ogres.
Tyrant of the tribe.
This army is probably not capable of fighting the Baleful Prince's army. Yeah, I think this army is just going to be the go forward and put pressure on the dwarves army. I'm going to go this way and try to travel along the road rather than moving through this like... Oh, that's actually not even traversable. Oh, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Biggest gut in the...
Sadly, I cannot come out of March mode here. So you're all good. Maldig should pursue Kairos and just annoy him wherever he goes.
This way.
Interesting. He's going for a portal. What could he possibly think is going to happen? It makes no sense for you to try to damage walls, so just head through here. Grog needs 4 turns, but we can start recruiting the new army.
Meat for the maw.
So let's get... Where's my temporary recruit lord? Was it Maldig? These are all lords that we have had on the team at some point. You can tell because they don't have a recruit cost. Thud Bellyhammer has a couple of points of blue line.
I'm in charge at last.
Yes, you were the one that we took a single point of recruitment help on. You know, somebody's got to do it. Okay, so you're within camp range. We can go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead. Let's just fill your bellies.
Do
all right.
what I say.
Let's do some... All right. The global recruitment pool is all fucked up right now. Well, whatever. It's fine.
Who can I boss around?
Let's do this, and then next turn we'll do some real global recruitment. We'll have to leave 1 slot for Greasus, but yeah, that'll work.
Tyrant of the tribe.
And... You know, this camp having real recruitment structures is probably not a bad idea. Give us some ability to recruit troops locally. Do I want the Man-Eater building more than I want the Leadbelcher building? Probably. The answer is probably yes. Yep, imminent rebellions. The rebellions are going to happen where they're going to happen. There's not really much we can do about it. And honestly, it wouldn't be worth doing much about it if we could, I think. So Falco's taken the Temple of Elemental Winds. He just had an army show up here out of nowhere, and of course our ally's not defending it at all. Which means that that camp there is dead. There's nothing we can do about that. We could start recruiting, but it would take at least a full turn for recruits to show up, and the camp will be gone before then, so... Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I mean, what to do about that is to pull Maldig back, right? It's not a real concern. It's just annoying. I feel like it doesn't actually need to show us all of these armies moving. Maybe, you know, maybe only the armies that actually have... Maybe only the armies that have some player army on their ring or adjacent, like in the ring that is a ring that is adjacent to their ring. You could save themselves some processing there. Jumps the mountain range to get away from me because of deep cowardice. So we're going to war with the Baleful Prince. I mean, I think we knew that was happening. Yep, we're on the way to make it work. So the Oracles of Tsinch entered the Dark Prince's realm on that last turn. Which is interesting. It means that settlement of theirs is completely undefended, and I just don't have anyone in the area to do anything about it, which is a real bummer. Okay, when we move through the portal, we will be ready to fight the prince. We should probably sit here for like 2 turns. We're definitely going to sit for at least 1. Yeah, I guess let's head back south. We'll surrender this camp here. To be honest with you though, if this camp gets attacked after we leave, I'm going to be pretty annoyed because
Said so.
They weren't attacking it while we were in unbroken ambush mode. So if they suddenly do attack it after we leave, it just shows that they do always know where we are, even when we are in ambush mode, which is
On your
it
feet.
conforms to some things that we've witnessed. I wouldn't be surprised. I will just be annoyed.
Won't stop till it-
All right. So Targog, I think, just continues south. Because I'm not so worried about dwarven armies, but I am worried about dwarven settlements.
Survivor of the flame trial.
And the dwarves are hiring units from Kislev, which is an annoying thing for them to do. Do I even want to slow this down? I'm going to slow this guy, actually.
They cannot march through magma.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not a
Hey, what a surprise. They can march through magma. Who would have thought?
master. Right and render me.
Yeah, occupy it. I would like control. Ooh. The Greedy Fist. That's a pretty damn good talisman. My dude,
Me ingredient.
what talisman are you currently equipped with? You know what? That's not terrible, but you definitely have earned this new thing that you just found, so let's pass that to you. Also, you have no arcane item at all. We don't have a lot of great arcane. Where are the arcane items here? Why are these categories not in alphabetical order? Yeah, I guess an earthing rod? I guess. It's fine. Not super compelling. Somebody else can get that, that other thing that he had.
Tyrant of the tribe.
Let's go ahead and construct a camp pot here. We should probably have camp pots in as many of our things as possible. Gosh, it sure would have been cool to get that fucking that block army off, which would have prevented the Baleful Prince from attacking us. Well, actually, you know what? We're just at the edge of his movement range, but he's in march mode. So he probably won't be able to attack us this coming turn anyway. Which means we will have time to heal up all the way. And
Make sure I don't die. Right?
alright, let's get, for sure, 2 Iron Blasters. I love having... Never mind. I love having a couple Iron Blasters in an army, but... one of them's going to have to wait. So then we can't actually recruit great stuff right now. Let's grab
Do what I
Iron
say.
Guts. And yeah.
Obey me or your dinner.
I guess that'll have to do for right now. Maldig can just run back here. We don't have the money to actually do a thing right now.
Tyrant of the tribe.
That last notification was the thing we actually do want to do, which is set this probably just to income from buildings, right? Because we have a couple of trade buildings here. Yeah. And I guess the chance of a plague goes down or whatever. Alright, Fate Weaver, you are wasting your time. Yep.
A battle.
So
And
it would
a
have been
feast.
meaningless to try to recruit anything, would have just been wasted money. The thing where Siege can have armies just pop up randomly anywhere on the map is a real bummer. Alright, nice to see our ally putting up, doing some competence. So Kairos knew we were in here, right? Or like in theory, Kairos should have been able to know that we're in here. I have honestly no idea what the plan is, aside from maybe Kairos was like entering on the hope that he could stop us. Or, you know, if you're right at the end of the, sure. If you're right at the end of the portal time and it looks like you're not going to be able to do anything meaningful, I guess it makes sense to just run into the Slaanesh thing and take the first deal. This faction has let the temptation of Slaanesh lure them to the very brink of damnation. You may send your disciples to attempt to dominate them and force them into vassalage. What? Hold on a second. What does that mean? How would I send my disciples to do anything? It seems to me like they're strength rank 1 and maybe not... Yeah, vassalage is not a real... not an option here. I assume the vassal system does exist. Get an overview on how likely factions will sign...
The more.
Okay, I see. This is a whole different panel. Interesting. The Disciples of the Maw would probably give us a non-aggression pact. They're also in super low poly mode, despite the fact that I have, according to the monitor on my other screen here, 9 gigabytes of video RAM still available. Just completely untouched by the game. Apparently doesn't feel that it needs the space.
The more guides us.
That's fine. It's cool. We don't need the things to look the way they're supposed to look. Who could possibly? All right, we are constantly out of money. That's the thing I'm noticing.
They'll fall into my traps.
It doesn't feel like it matters what the income number is. It's always too low. And Drolg. Again, just like try to slow them, please. All right. And I think that's a pretty significant amount of slow. So we do have a
Shockingly obese.
we do have a couple of levels on that. Yeah, we're gonna give this one more turn and then we'll attack. I suppose we may as well. Not that I think this area is in any danger.
Ogre tyrant. Follow the boss.
Alright, so I am reclaiming the Temple of the Elemental Winds. We'll have control of the whole region, and we'll have, what do you call it? We'll have wood again. I don't think we have a settlement that has wood, so that's a whole extra resource getting added to our pool, which is fun. Getting added to all of our trade agreements. Do we have vision of this settlement from here? Can I tell if there's an army around? Okay. There are, in fact, armies around. I should not be unable to move out of march mode because I did stop short of the line, but whatever, it's fine. We'll just back up a little bit.
I have no time for this.
I really wish we could see what their normal movement range is.
In charge.
Yeah, I'll back up. I don't want to get jumped in a place where I don't even have the option to retreat. Yep, he disappeared from the region, so he did just take the deal. That makes sense. It's a good play. That first deal's not great, as I remember, but... It does seem like, in both the places where we've witnessed an army belonging to an actual Tzeentchian faction just appear out of nowhere. They were spots that were owned by our ogre ally in this area. I can't remember. They're the Blood Maw, right? So I wonder if it's the case that if you're one of the major demon players and somebody has an army spawn due to, like a rebel army spawn due to not managing their corruption or whatever, if you can just take control of it, and that's how demon faction armies are coming out of nowhere. I guess it would make sense, given the fact that our allies never bother to, like, manage their infrastructure or anything. They can't even reclaim Mistgorge. That army got halfway to running over to reclaiming Mistgorge and then got cold feet. Rorik of Zorn spent his whole turn just moving back to the place that he was in before he ran away from us, which is very funny. And now he's going to try to come home because he's realized, uh-oh, we are in danger. Okay, pinning this army just kind of like in the open in that triangle there, I think is pretty great for us. The Great Orthodoxy have forsaken their independence and are now enslaved to the will of Slaanesh. I wonder if this thing is only supposed to appear to the actual demon factions or something. It seems to me like that message was not for me, you know? Alright, this is good enough.
I said move!
Let's do it. Nope, we must move on. This isn't even that good of a reward. I mean, like, many of these items do nothing. The personal sycophant is pretty cool. And 75,000 gold, I guess, is something. We would just burn right through it, though, at this point. Alright, next turn. Next turn, we will do the thing. Ugh. It has been a nightmare. Alright, I guess let's go and claim the Temple of the Elemental Winds. I am not afraid of Falco's army. Not with Malgut. Ooh, he's not even in recruiting mode right now. So if he tries to recruit anything, we'll be able to lock him out of doing so. All right. Well, this is pretty good. I want to stay on my side. Where's the edge of Shangwu? I guess the border's way back there. Well, we don't need any healing anyway. Whatever, it's fine. We'll just stay right here. So, Targog wants to move forward, but slower, more carefully. Does Targog have Lightning Strike? No, Targog is a single skill point off of Lightning Strike. Okay, what are these armies made up of?
Disgrace my ancestors.
Oh, Thingrim Clanbreaker is actually trying to build a real force. To be perfectly honest with you, we can definitely still handle this. Like, the Fire Rain rockets are going to be absolutely devastating against these forces. And they have Dwarf Warriors, but yeah, I don't think this should be a big problem. Let's take Bloody and Raw. Oh, I don't get to attack. Never mind, I should have taken, well, I don't know if I would have wanted to attack with the movement speed thing. I think I really wanted Bloody and Raw because his army's kind of bad. So we do want to buff them up.
Keep your edge down.
Let's see what happens. If they attack us, we'll just fight them. But if they don't see through the ambush and I get to attack them in a way that's, you know, a little bit cheatier, obviously that would be cool. Mawtooth Fealty does nothing. Overeaten does nothing. Almost everything does nothing. I guess technically camp growth can kind of matter.
Take the world.
Targog's good. Gofk is... Do we want to attack?
Will hunt you down.
I don't love attacking this army in the middle of nowhere. I think I want to just stay here and guard the Eagle Eyrie. And Vud can get back to recruiting. How much allegiance do we have? Just a little bit. Well, I definitely want at least one Fire Rain rocket.
Make sure I don't die, right?
In a couple of turns, we'll be able to pull in a second one, which will be nice.
Do what I say.
Giddy Peak Camp is almost in position to allow us to do some good local recruiting.
The boss.
So what do we want in this army? We definitely want more Iron Guts. We definitely want another Iron Blaster.
More meat for my grinder. Do what I say. Who can I boss around?
Yeah, I guess work on this as best you can. And then, like,
Obey me or your dinner.
we'll go to 6 units of what do you call it? 6 units of those things.
Carnal distraction.
Castalton is over here now.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy! I serve Ursa!
So if Castalton is a vassal of Slanesh.
I can taste
No, Slanesh does not want peace with me. Okay. I was wondering if we could maybe negotiate our way around ever having to deal with this. There's no good reason for Castalton to be in this area. It's very annoying. Oh. Right, I should have done this immediately. Well, we can probably honestly not even win this battle. Those are Chaos Warriors. Okay, whatever. We'll just leave it. They'll burn this down, and that's fine. Unless they become an army that actually belongs to a demon faction player, in which case things are less fine. Wait, the Volare is under siege from somebody else. I did not realize. There's a small army belonging to a faction whose flag I do not recognize attacking the Volare. Yep, you got it. Karnath's sons. So, okay. Greasus is going to come down in some pretty unfriendly territory, but with Kairos no longer to the south of us, we can run for the mountains really quickly. Yeah, we have been at war with Karnath's sons for some time. I guess they just, your ally declares war. So, this is really stupid. I'm gonna not do it. That's gonna tank our diplomatic reliability rating, but the game's over, so I don't care so much. Interesting. They just flee Howling Rock entirely. I wonder if something's going on nearby. You already attacked this turn. Didn't they? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. Grolg is ready. So let's come to Greasus last, because I think I'm gonna try not to do that battle until next turn. So first of all, definitely magic stuff. Obviously, replenish troops, also valuable, but we're gonna have a camp for that, you know?
Get it done.
Nope, we're just gonna siege them. They can come out and fight us in the field if they want, and we will humiliate them, or we can starve them for a couple of turns and then beat them trivially here. Both of those things are fine with me. I could have put down the camp first. I should have put down the camp first. That's definitely an error on my part. Welcome to being level 22. We don't have Fire Cloak yet on this guy. Fire Cloak's pretty good.
In charge. We're going conquering.
Now, I don't actually want this, obviously.
Smash it all.
I just don't want them to have it. Wow, Targog backed up a really tremendous distance from that. Let's finish getting Lightning Strike.
Belongs to the boss.
Yeah, that's a wild back off. Much, much further than is necessary. I really do want them to just wander into the ambush. We're gonna try to give them some space to do that. Vud, you have done some acceptable work here. It's time for you to be replaced with... Where on earth? There he is. I don't know why it would put the level 38 guy in the middle of the list of... That list isn't sorted by anything that I can see. It's not alphabetical. Who knows?
Everything. Old master.
Okay, that's not actually where Graces is. Bad work, camera. So obviously we're going to run in here and we're going to do this thing, but I think that's an episode unto itself, probably. So there's 6,000 enemy armies in this area, and we're just going to give them all as much shit as possible. 11%. 0%. Okay, never mind. We're not going to do anything meaningful at all here. We're just going to leave. The portal I went into is like here, right? Now, Greases is going to emerge from the portal with movement left, so we are going to be able to run. But they sure are doing an aggressive job of stacking up as many things that we're at war with right on top of it as possible.
Behold my greatest strength.
Including an army belonging to the Orthodoxy that couldn't even be over here. Okay, so Drulg.
Behold my flaming.
Drulg can just desperately try to make some XP happen.
I'll scald their feet.
Even a failure here will be a level up, so that'll be nice.
An exhilarating
Oh, hey.
triumph.
Not only a triumph, but a triumph that gets you a trait. Pretty good. Teach you to spread control a little bit better, and then all that is left for us to do on our turn is the big battle for the fourth soul. So this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and when you come back next time, we are getting that fourth soul, and we are getting on the path to victory. I think. I don't know. I think we're not going to be able to actually win until the next roar, but we're going to be right at the edge of victory for a while, I think. I don't know how this works. We never actually completed a campaign before because of crashes and whatnot. So, come back next time for that. Important steps, critical steps, and we'll see you then.